November 1922, a British nobleman pried open a sealed door that had been shut for over 3,000 years. Within 5 months, he was dead. Within the next 8 years, 21 more people connected to that same tomb would die. Many under circumstances medical science could not explain at the time. The newspapers called it the curse of the pharaohs. Today, we're going to look at what really happened. The tomb was that of Tutankhamun, the boy king who ruled Egypt for less than a decade and died around 1443 BCE. His resting place in the Valley of the Kings had remained untouched longer than almost any other royal tomb. When archaeologist Howard Carter, funded by the wealthy English aristocrat Lord Carnarvon, finally broke through that final sealed doorway, what they found changed Egyptology forever. What they unleashed, depending on whom you ask, may have changed something else entirely. Lord Carnarvon was the first to die. The official cause: a mosquito bite on his cheek, infected after he nicked it, shaving, leading to blood poisoning and pneumonia. He died in a Cairo hotel on the 5th of April 1923.
The strange detail?
At the exact moment of his death, the lights across Cairo reportedly went out and back in England. His
beloved dog, Susie, is said to have howled once and dropped dead.
Newspapers across the world ran the same headline: "The curse has struck."
What followed defied easy explanation.
Sir Bruce Ingham, given a paperweight made from a mummified hand, lost his house to fire, then to flood. When he rebuilt it, Aubrey Herbert, Carnarvon's half-brother, died of blood poisoning 5 months later. American Railroad executive George J. Gould visited the tomb in 1923 and was dead of pneumonia within months. Hit Hugh Evelyn White, an archaeologist on the dig, hanged himself in 1924, leaving a note that read, "I have succumbed to a curse which forces me to disappear." By 1934, 22 people connected to the tomb had died, many young, many sudden, many in ways that seemed statistically improbable. But here's where it gets interesting. Howard Carter, the man who actually broke the seal, the man who handled every object, lived another 16 years and died of natural causes in 1939. If there was a curse, why did it spare him? In the 1990s, microbiologists began revisiting the question with modern tools. What they found rewrote the story. Sealed Egyptian tombs are not empty. They are biological time capsules. When archaeologists cracked Tutankhamun's tomb, they released 3,000 years of accumulated organic material and the microorganisms that had been feeding on it. 2 pathogens, in particular, stood out. First, Aspergillus niger and Aspergillus flavus fungal spores that can survive for millennia in sealed environments. Inhaled in concentration, they cause severe lung infections, especially in people with weakened immune systems. Lord Carnarvon's lungs were already damaged from a 1901 car accident. His death from pneumonia, in retrospect, fits the profile exactly. The second, ammonia gas, hydrogen sulfide, and formaldehyde byproducts of 3 millennia of organic decay, concentrated in an airtight chamber. The first people to breathe that air didn't just inhale stale dust. They inhaled an aerosolized chemical and biological cocktail. The curse, in other words, was real. It just wasn't supernatural. Here's the part that gives even skeptical historians pause. The ancient Egyptians may have known. Some tombs contain inscriptions warning of death on swift wings for those who disturb the king's rest. We long dismissed these as poetic threats, but recent analysis of tomb construction shows the Egyptians sometimes sealed organic materials, food, perfumes, oils in ways that would maximize microbial growth over time. Whether they intended it as biological warfare or whether it was an unintended consequence of ritual preservation, we may never know. What we do know is this: opening a sealed Egyptian tomb in 1922 without protective equipment
Was genuinely dangerous.
The curse wasn't magic. It was microbiology 3,000 years in the making.
So was Lord Carnarvon killed by the Pharaoh's wrath?
In a sense, yes, but not the wrath the headlines imagined.
He was killed by what every sealed tomb carries, the patient, microscopic legacy of the dead.
The next time you hear about an Egyptian curse, remember sometimes the ancient world's most terrifying mysteries have explanations the ancients themselves never lived to write down. If you want to know what else was found in that tomb and the one discovery Howard Carter kept secret for 2 years,
Subscribe.
new mystery decoded every week. The Pharaoh's curse decoded. But the tomb has not given up all its secrets.